Okay, it is time to put on the nip knops. And if you don't know what I mean by nip knops, here they are. You can see I have a nice 8 little nip knops and a little bung hole. Let focus. Come on, focus. There we go. Now, because I know where I'm going to be putting the little bung hole, I'm not even going to try to hide this knot. It just goes in right under where I'm going to be putting the little bung hole. But what I need to do is I need to make sure I know where I'm going to put my nip knops. So this is I tend to use ballpoint pens if I have to mark something. And also for my tracing for patterns, especially when I make them out of cardboard. And basically, all I'm doing here, I'm using the pink for 2 reasons. Number one, it is similar to the kind of pinkish felt that I've used. And number 2, it's easily coverable. I'm not sure. How far do I don't want to take this any further up. Little nip knops. Yeah, there you go. So you can see, you can see them, but you can barely see them. What I've noticed is wool tends to not take it very well, but wool acrylic, it'll stay for a little bit. Now, this is where the little bung hole's going to go. His little butt's going to go there, her little butt. And here, and you can see me doing a lot of this, pressing down so I can get the needle out. Pull through, and I'm just going to use French knots for this. So the way that I do it, get my needle back here. I have 2, 3, go back in, and I'm always trying to pay attention and make sure I've got this taut enough. There are times in which I need to use my other pair of tweezers and pull those through. Okay, nip knot number 1. Now, what I do is I'll do 1, 2, and then I go back to this one over here. So instead of going this way, and I do that because it's simply easier to pull this direction over the piece, the finished and stuffed piece. So back in and aiming for, and it may look like I can aim for those pretty easily, but that's just, doing it for the 5 millionth time, making sure I got that pulled tight, making sure that's not around. And then the thing with French knots is you just got to be slow. And there we have it, 2 little nip knots. Now from here, I'm going to go to the one across from it. 1, 2, 3, back in. It's going across. Make sure that's pulled. And part of the reason I have to give that a tug is because I've pulled this knot closed so tight at the winding part. And you have to remember that when you're working with embroidery needles, see how wide that is? I can get that to focus. How wide that is and how narrow the hole is. One will go through no problem, but I'm trying to pull 2 through and it gets kind of lumpy. So that's the way I do that. And then I just hide the knot. That last knot will hold it in place, and then I just hide the tails. And that's it. That's how I put the little nip knops on.